Well, I think we solved that gap pretty well.
Yeah, but that video was for the consumer. I thought we were trying to get to the dealer.
Well, we are, because we need the dealers to get these out into the marketplace. But you know what? The dealers need us just as much as we need them. They've got their own set of problems coming down the road right now, specifically in the area of these internet sales.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm looking to buy something, I'm going to get on my phone or tablet, and why wouldn't we just go to Amazon?
Well, think about it for a minute. You buy a pair of pants from Amazon. Comes in, the zipper's broken. You just chuck it back in the box, ship it back to Amazon. Not quite as easy with an automobile. An automobile's a big purchase. And I think ultimately people are going to want to deal with a dealership which got a good service department, and that's where they want to be.
But I'm still going to shop for a dealer. I want to find the best price.
Well, you just bought a car, right?
I did.
How many ads did you look at?
A lot.
How much difference did you see between those ads?
They were all basically the same.
Right. And how far?
It's good.
Yeah, I forgot how far you're going to drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Can you plug that in, or you want to keep going?
Let's just keep going.
Okay. Well, how far would you have driven to say save $100?
I see where you're going with this. If I was looking for a wagon, then I would look for a dealer who sells the wagon.
Right, but what happens if you didn't know about the wagons?
Well, then while I'm sorting through all of those ads and I discover it, then I might follow the link and see the dealer who's selling it, and that's the one I'd go to go and complete the deal.
There you go. Old school. If you want to bring in more customers, you give them more than what the guy up the street has.
And that's why you brought me in, to help with the online shopping.
Exactly. Well, come on, let's get to work.
All right.
Well, Ben, we've done a lot of work in the last 2 days.
Yeah, we have, but I really like what we got.
Yeah, why don't you tell them about it?
First, I'm going to let you tell them about our offers and exclusive deals.
Okay, I'll do that. There's a lot of axioms in the sales business. Like 80% of your sales are done by 20% of your sales force. There's also another big axiom that deals with distributorships and dealerships, etc. If you've ever run a big distributor network, which I have, you know that there's a 10% of those dealers or distributors are the guys that really drive the company. They may not be your biggest dealers, but those are the guys that are always out front. They're pushing for new products, they're pushing for new ad campaigns. They're the energy behind the company. And if you've ever been one of those 10%ers, which I have also, you know that you're constantly dragging those 90%ers behind you. Well, it's the 10%ers that I want to talk to today, because you know what I'm talking about. And to make this thing work for you and for me too, I'm sitting here ready to negotiate an exclusive contract, exclusive distributor contract with each region in the country, so that you 10%ers are going to get your hands on something that the other 90%'s worth. And that's what's going to bring your customers to your dealership rather than the guy up the street. So we'll get back to that, but right now I'm going to let Ben tell you about the whole package in general.
This package is designed with 2 goals in mind. First, we're going to increase profitability in the front of your store. And second, we're going to bring more customers into your store. Now, let's start with profit. Profits on basic new cars right now are abysmal. And you get most of your profits by adding accessories to your car. So one way to think about these wagons is as a high margin accessory. Profits are great, but without people walking through the door, you're not going to make any money. Now, the wagon is a powerful marketing tool. Now, we mentioned the exclusive contracts, and we're already getting lots of word-of-mouth calls. Now imagine, once we start hitting Facebook and Instagram and different shows, we're going to be generating a lot of leads, and we will direct those leads to our exclusive dealers. And you may get people coming into your dealership just to see a wagon. But we all know, whether it's from selling a car, selling a wagon, or shoot, even an oil change, this is how relationships start, and that's what leads into more sales. Branding is big, and that's why your logo is on every car you sell. Now, the good news is, we're not married to the name New Family Wagon. And in fact, with our exclusive dealers, they're welcome to rebrand the wagon, to refit whatever their name is. And we have a big blank space on the front of it, so your wagon now becomes a rolling advertisement for all to see around town. Dealers spend a lot of money on ads, and let's be honest, a lot of them look alike. Now, we're not saying to run exclusive ads for these wagons, but when you do run an ad, maybe save 3 seconds to mention that you're an exclusive dealer of these wagons. And when you run to print ad, maybe just put a picture in the corner to say that you're the exclusive dealer. Now, another opportunity you can have is, let's say you're going to a camping convention. Instead of just showing one of your vehicles, advertising your dealer as a whole, instead, snap a wagon onto it, and now when people stop, because they will, your dealership is going to be front and center because you're the exclusive dealer of these wagons in the area. So now they're engaged in the bundle. Now, you already go to public events like auto shows, camping shows, shoot, even the local marathon. And when you place your car there, let's be honest, they're just seeing Toyota. But when you attach a trailer to it, when people walk by, they're going to see the bundle. And that's going to get them to stop, and that's going to get them to ask questions. And now all of a sudden, your dealership's front and center. And we know that when your best salespeople aren't on the floor, they're on the phone chasing prospects. And just like ads, these phone calls tend to sound the same. What you're doing is you're giving them something fresh to talk about, which they're going to love. And in fact, this might even attract some of the best wandering salespeople to come to your dealership. And I'm sure you have a lot more questions, and we're not going to cover all this in the video, so if you follow this link here, it'll take you to our frequently asked questions, which carries specs and all that other information that you might want. Now, I'm going to send you to my closer.
Good job, Ben. And by the way, Ben will be available to you all for IT support, for sending out pictures, videos, whatever you're going to need to help sell this thing. And I guess you're wondering now, what do we want from you? Well, let me tell you what we don't want. I don't want any franchise fees. I don't want to put on big minimum quotas on top of you. What I do want is active salespeople and an investment in inventory. And the size of that initial investment is really going to be determined by the size of the exclusive territory that we'll be negotiating for. But let me tell you this, you can buy a whole truckload of my wagons, which is about 30 of them, for less money than you've got invested in some of your top loaded cars on the lot. And you can't find one car out there that's going to drive this much traffic plus dump $24,000 of pure profit right in the center of your showroom. So, like Ben said, people are calling, territories will be looking at and giving out. So when the territory is given out, it's gone. So if I were you, I'd get on the phone, call this number right here in front of me, or at least send an email to sales@myfamilywagon.com and get your name first on the list. Look forward to hearing from you, at least from you 10%ers.